right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly about flowers. I'm Fern. We got Mimi on the ones and twos. Ryan's in the house. Mike is in the house. And our awesome guest, who has a beautiful dog, who knows a little bit about everything, is none other than the Renee Tucci, AIFD, AAF, PFCI.
Oh, hey guys. Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Yay.
We finally got her on. I feel like we've been talking about getting you on for like two years now.
We've had a few chats. Yeah. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
I went back and looked at the records. I was 90% sure she did an episode.
Me too. I still believe that she was on an episode with somebody else. I still believe she was on somehow. But apparently I've been overruled.
Well, she's often talked about.
That's right.
For sure.
That's for sure.
Definitely often talked about. How you doing, Renee? How's it going out there?
I'm good. I'm a hardcore fatty. I'm first time, long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Is that the first one we got?
That's the first
one?
first time, long time. Yeah. I love it.
I could probably do the intro for you.
Well, actually, I don't know. The introduction has now become somewhat of an interpretive dance as well. Like there's if you watch it, he closes his eyes, his hands go out. And then like his hands go forward and back when he's pointing. It's like a dance.
I have to feel the entrance.
Yeah.
I gotta feel it. No two are the same. They're done, they're done on the spot. Nothing's recorded. I have to feel it every time.
We still need to work on your adjectives though.
I know. You know what it is? I think about a bunch of adjectives and then I go to my car, I smoke.
Yeah.
He Googles them, but he
I do.
forgot to write them down.
I do.
For sure, he Googles
That's
them.
absolutely. I do Google.
He
I
asks
do set
AI.
It up. And then I go to the car and I smoke and I forget everything.
Oh,
I
boy.
just did.
We could print things.
There's a printed sheet that I put out for him right
I
there.
know. Why even make the sheets, right, Mimi?
I'm not. Renee, we're so excited. And today you posted this beautiful vitamin F with some beautiful jet fresh star walkers. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
And
look
here
at
they
We've
that.
already gotten so many people loving it.
That's
Wow,
what is
where is
that?
that, on
What
the
is that?
Instagram?
Grapefruits
On
and what
Instagram.
else?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Mimi, it's interesting that you brought up my vitamin F because no one ever talks about it. And I started it
I'm
like
obsessed with it.
2 or 3 years ago, and no one ever talked. It's just a thing I do. Every Friday, I do some kind of flower post. Vitamin F for flowers, vitamin F for Friday, vitamin F for feel good, whatever, and save it to my highlight. And then it's kind of like a portfolio for me of my work.
I really
so
want to tell the flower feeling that they need to share that post because it's so true. That vitamin F that you give us. I mean, you're a real fatty and I'm a real vitamin F-er because
Oh,
vitamin
yay.
F.
Oh,
That sounded weird.
That sounded so bad. I love it.
yeah. I mean, anyone is welcome to steal it. I would be so
not
honored.
steal it. You don't steal. You credit. You got to give
credit.
credit.
Okay,
You credit
whatever.
and you
Anybody
share.
can do it. It's just it keeps me like in times like this in January where I'm doing a ton of spreadsheeting and prep work and things like that. It gives me a reason to get creative
Yeah.
and to and it's interesting. Sorry.
Well, as
My
long as we
husband-
acknowledge it, it's fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah, you got two
My
cups, right?
My husband just came home for lunch, so my dog's very excited. Sorry.
They gotta
Um,
greet
What's good is that the Zoom kind of like takes away the background noise, so it's not like overly like crazy loud on our end, so we don't really hear it.
I like it when it sounds natural and there
Yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
any.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a little background noise.
Back to the vitamin F. It's just interesting to see my work over the year through that one specific highlight on Instagram, and it kind of makes me proud every now and again when I look back through it. So that's why I do it.
Well, I love it, and I love the combo of the Star Walker with those oranges today. Last week's purple one with the purple and pink, I feel inspired. So if I'm one, I'm sure there's plenty that are watching every time.
Oh, thank
Definitely
you.
agreed. Definitely agreed.
Thank you.
I was just thinking of how I can get some letters. I want some letters.
Oh,
What letters do you want?
I don't know. but
I want
everyone's got letters.
PFCI and we
AAF
gotta
is-
do it.
You can get that pretty. I'm not
okay.
trying to
Well,
say-
good
No,
that
I
you
want-
said that because you're on the awards committee with
Yeah, so I can't, you know.
Is he not allowed to apply for letters?
No, I can't.
Of
No,
course you can.
No, I can't.
Of course you can.
she's
you
saying
just
yeah.
can't vote for yourself.
She's saying yeah.
Yeah,
to us.
I would think that you can, Mike, and it's just maybe recusing yourself of that particular,
Oh.
when it comes to your application.
But also,
Okay, well, feel free to give me some. What is it? PFs?
but with the PFCI, that one is through a different committee. I mean, or do the awards committee still meet on that one
No.
as well? So
no,
that's
you're right,
perfect.
Mimi. Yeah,
I looked at the
It's-
governance, everything yesterday on the website.
well,
yeah. The
do I have to
PFCI
read?
application.
or do I have to talk?
Hold on.
Because if
what
I have to read, I
no,
suck.
there's no reading. What are the requirements for PFCI, Renee?
It's pretty intense. It's been a few years since I applied. I haven't looked at the application in a while, but you do have to fill out the application, have your references, and then submit a video of yourself doing a public speaking engagement.
On a,
And they
on a
do
one
have-
topic, yeah. You have to pick
Yeah,
a topic
and
of
they do-
expertise.
They do have a specific things that they want to hear you hit on during the presentation, like an intro, a thanks to sponsor if that's appropriate, just general professionalism, and definitely check the application
In
because I
front
don't
of a
have all
live
that
audience?
fresh
No,
Or can
it's
I
a-
record
It's recorded.
something
It's recorded,
as if I'm speaking
and
to an
for
audience?
our fatties that are listening, the application for that is March 1st. So you got to start. You just head on over to the SAFnow.org website, and you can download the application and the rules and requirements. You can watch a video that hopefully they update real soon, and because it's a little older.
So bad.
But it's it's nothing that you guys are not qualified to do.
But don't I already have all these videos?
No, it's
No,
not
not
the same,
officially.
Mike. It's not the
You
We
same.
have
got
to
to do an
actually do a
official
specific
video. We
video.
got
I-
to dress
I
I have
very
like 1,000
dapper.
videos.
I have mine. I'm putting in my application this year, and
No,
I have
and
mine.
we got to dress dapper. We got to do a professional video.
Oh.
Can we do it together?
No.
Better question.
Like Step Brothers?
Can they do
No.
it as their puppets? Can their puppets
No.
do it?
No, absolutely
No.
not.
You see
So
right
I
behind
think
him,
that
little
would
Mikey,
be a
little
no.
Fernie.
I'm
How
sorry.
educational would that be? That would be so. You can
That-
learn so much easier.
Oh,
No.
Ryan, you're always thinking out of the box. let me
That's
tell you.
hilarious.
That
I
would be
love Ryan.
so funny, but I'm sure that would not fly. But you don't have to do it in front of a real audience. I mean, you could do it right there in your, in
Yeah.
your room.
We'll give.
I
we'll
did mine
each
in
give a
front of a-
coaching session to the team.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
it. We
there you
can
go.
absolutely do this. But after we're not gonna make this year's deadline.
No,
Let's
after
be realistic.
Valentine's, we'll mess with it.
We got
got-
we have Valentine's. We have Next Gen. You got Wolfsa. You got Fleur de Villes. I mean, there's a litany of
Yeah.
items coming up. It'll
No,
be
that-
it'll
they,
not this
they
year.
just raised the first panel, and that's the beginning of a whole lot
yeah,
of.
I didn't even talk.
That's
on
a
that.
whole lot of problems. So a whole lot of focus.
So, Renee, how long have you been part of the awards committee?
I believe this is my third year. And I still can't believe I was asked to be on the committee. It's like such an honor to me
Yeah, me
because
too.
giving awards is fun. But
I
it
enjoyed
also, yeah, it's also like there's a lot of weight to it because I want to give everybody an award.
Yeah.
So hold on. What
You
is
really-
what is the best part? Because for me, if I was on an awards committee, the best part is knowing and talking with the people who I know won an award, and just hearing a little more of their story, just talking with them a little more, knowing that they won, them not knowing if they won, and vice versa and everything. I think that is really fun part.
Yeah, holding a surprise is always fun, and then getting to reveal it. I've also learned a lot being on this committee because I'm really entrenched in floral only. And what's great about SAF is they also are so deep in wholesale and retail and growers,
Yeah.
which I really don't know much about. So I've gotten to know people through their award nominations, just doing that. So it's been a really great learning experience.
When you're on the stage and the people come up and you see their faces and they get all
The excitement
kind
when
of
they're
emotional, and it's a feel good moment
Yeah.
to watch that.
Yeah, and
I
I think
like
you
that.
guys have a good group.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Mimi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Martin is the number one there. But I feel
Yeah.
like everybody up there is so, well, Martin is a little bit
Marvin.
more, I'm sorry, Marvin. I don't know why I'm
God.
saying Martin.
Marvin
is a little bit more whatever, but everybody else like Chris and you and Renee, you guys are just like burst that joy.
That's
You know
the
what I mean?
feel-good
It's
group
a
right
feel-good
there.
group,
That's a
right?
feel-good
Yeah.
group, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Marvin definitely keeps us in order, but
Yeah.
it's also a really thoughtful group of people.
Right.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Once you get on the awards committee, you don't really get off, right?
Yes, no, it's 5-year term or
Oh,
3-year
it's-
term.
yeah,
5 years.
5-year
Okay,
term.
so it's only
Mhm.
because it feels like the same people are on at the same time always. I don't know.
Yeah, 5 years is a long time.
Yeah,
That is.
So,
It's a good dedication.
that's good.
yeah.
So the new building, first panel, went up today, guys.
Damn.
Wow.
That was the right one, Mimi.
Did you know that button was there?
No.
It's awesome.
It's like, this one.
Too fun.
I can't wait to come see your new building. So exciting.
Renee, are you coming to Fresh Fest?
Fresh fast.
I mean, I don't know anything about it yet. I'm waiting for details. But
Oh.
You know all
Is this-
about it.
I mean, we have put out
We
any
have not
official
posted it.
advertisements. No,
So
right?
if you listen to the podcast, you know about it for sure.
And on social media, we announced it a couple weeks ago, but not like
Wait.
just only that. We announced the tour, the whole
Right. Okay. So we
everywhere
did.
we
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
going.
True. We announced all. We put a list out of all the shows we're doing this year. So technically, yes, the date is out there. The word is out there.
The word is out.
oh,
But it's
well,
very,
forgive me.
we're
I
not,
saw
like-
the.
We're not
So
actively promoting it as of yet, just because we have not locked in the venue completely. We are
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
negotiations of the venue, and that's
But
I
the
don't
date-
wanna-
But the date is locked in,
that's
at least
that's
for the moment.
That's the problem. Like,
What
if we went with one venue, we'd have to change the date
to what date?
the following week in June.
But that's not an option because of Maria's wedding, and there's a
Right,
lot
exactly.
of there's a
So-
lot going on. So
That venue is probably not going to work.
For right now,
Layer.
tentatively, just
June 13th
lock up
is
June.
the
Just
date,
lock up
though.
the whole
The whole
month.
month.
Of June.
Yeah.
The whole month.
we need you.
It's
The whole
Friday
month,
the
Renee.
13th.
We need you.
We need you, Renee. I'm putting out the extended. You're welcome to stay with me. I mean, I
you're
think
so
you're such
sweet.
a talent and such a good vibe. We need you at Fresh Fest. We need you.
I agree.
100%.
I agree. So
Okay, I'm gonna check my calendar when I get off
Friday the
this call.
13th, June 2025.
God, it's such a
Okay.
great date. Friday the 13th.
Well, there's
I'm
a
gonna have to buy
lot
a
to
pair
the
of
date.
sneakers.
There's a lot to the date, and not we found this out afterwards,
Yeah.
but
It's not a negative thing. It's a positive day.
it's a day of creativity and rebirth,
I
and
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I like
It's a day for
that.
manifesting.
I don't know.
And
They,
nourishing
like,
your soul.
When I was a kid, they wouldn't put a floor at number 13 on apartment buildings and
Well,
stuff.
they
Or-
still
They
don't.
still
do
don't
that.
do
They
that.
still
Yes, they
don't. No,
They still don't do that. Yeah.
I've been in 13th floor.
Oh.
Have
I've
you?
been
Some hotels don't do that. Yeah.
I have. I can't recall the last time I saw a 13th floor.
Certain cultures don't like the number 13.
On the Virgin cruise we were on the 13th floor.
Well,
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
probably
Did
why.
you get
That's
lucky?
where- did you get lucky? Is that where all the
did
magic
you have?
happened?
Yeah. I think he's
I
smiling.
got lucky.
All right. It's not a bad number.
Yeah, well, technically they all have a 13th floor. They just don't label it. Some of them skip it, but there
Yeah,
is
if
a
you're staying on the
13th
14th floor, you know where you're actually on.
You are on the 13th.
Yeah.
Well, who
Wasn't that
cares?
Wall Street embezzler on the 13th floor? Like he had a 13th floor that no one was allowed to go to?
Bernie? Yeah.
Bernie Madoff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He had a 13th floor no one can
Hustler.
go on there
Hustler.
because that's where the scams were going on.
Scammer. Well, we're not
Well,
scamming
it'll-
anybody out on June 13th. This
No.
is the
So-
real deal, Holyfield. You got to come to Fresh Fest.
So lock in June 13th for Fresh Fest, but also save the 20th just in case things change.
Don't put that out there.
No, we're going the 13th. I love the date. I think the date is perfect.
Yeah.
Renee, before you became an educator, doing the Philadelphia Flower Show, AIFD, PFCI, AAF, before Vitamin F, before all these things that is now the Renee Tucci. How did you get started in flowers? Where'd you come
Where'd
from?
you come from?
Don't steal his question. This is
Hey,
fun. We're gonna make him a t-shirt.
First of all, I believe I was the one who asked, "Where'd you come from?"
Ooh.
first.
Oh,
Is that
that's
true,
a
Fern?
good. I don't know.
I believe
don't
so.
know.
Fern is definitely adopted.
I don't know what Joel
I've
is,
adopted
but
it.
if you
We'll
ask
fact
Joel,
check
he
it.
will.
We'll
We
fact
have adopted each other. There's plenty of.
I think Jimmy
Sayings
uses the
between-
most Mike-isms.
Jimmy does.
Jimmy is a bootlegger. That's
Jimmy-
why he got the award. He is the absolute king of bootlegging.
He loves all of Mike's things. Yeah, he
He
always
just got a
repeats them.
5-star Google review. Jimmy
Yeah, he
Latua.
did.
Always.
He's got all
He
of them.
did.
Always. Go ahead, Renee. Tell us. We're
dying to hear
waiting.
this.
Okay. Well, I'll try to make long story short. When I was in high school, I worked at a grocery store and I was a checker and a bagger and all that. And then one day they said, do you want to cover the floral department? And I was like, sure, why not?
What grocery store?
At the time it was called Clemens, but they've since been acquired by Giant.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the Philadelphia area, so I don't know if you
Giant
guys are
of
familiar with that.
Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. That's exactly right. I don't work there anymore. I don't work there
bueno.
anymore.
We know, Renee.
Okay.
We're not holding it against
ahead.
you. Mike has some, I would say, fond or unfond.
Is Key Foods good? They just put a Key Foods by my house.
Key Foods are like little small
Yeah.
grocery stores.
It
independently owned.
replaced the
I'm
Winn
sure.
Dixie.
No, I'm sure it's
Yeah.
owned by
Key Foods from Brooklyn.
by Hold or whatever the Bilo, the one that owns.
It's a
Winn-Dixie.
cooperative.
Yeah,
and
it's a co-op.
and it's from Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Key Foods. There's Key Foods all over New York City.
Well,
One guy owns one store, another guy owns 10 stores, another guy owns 12 stores. That's how it goes.
Okay, so you're there at the supermarket, and all of a sudden they call you up to your vitamin F duty.
Yeah. So I started, part-time around my high school schedule working there. And then it was right around the same time I needed to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And I thought, well, this is okay. I don't hate this. There was nothing else pressing that I really wanted to do. So I decided to apply, and I got accepted at a local school for an ornamental horticulture program. So I have a Bachelor of Science in ornamental horticulture with an emphasis in
Nice.
floriculture.
Cool.
So I
Awesome.
have that science background, but I don't use it. So don't ask me about it because that is so 20 years ago. It's gone. It's absolutely gone. But while I was in college, then I started working for a local flower shop, and I started the week before Valentine's Day, which is like a real sink or swim situation.
Trial by
Looking back,
fire.
I
I
don't
love
know
it.
what I was thinking. But for the first few months, I just like swept floors and like literally jumped in their dumpsters and crushed their boxes and like just did all of that. And after a while, I started doing a little bit of designing and worked my way up to a junior designer. And then I graduated college and went to work for Chris Drummond for 6 years.
Penny's
and,
Plaza.
like,
God, I didn't know
yeah,
Did
yeah,
he
Plaza
interview
Flower.
you?
Yes, he did. Yep.
Oh, fun.
That's
And,
so cool.
I was there for about a month. I don't know what he was thinking, but after 1 month, he promoted me to special events coordinator. I had no idea what I was doing, but he trusted me and I didn't want to let him down. So I just figured it out as I went along. And 6 years later, I left Plaza. They were great to me during my time there, but then I moved on to a different shop, and then where I became the floral manager. And then 6 years after that, I went on to a third shop where I was both the special events coordinator and the floral manager.
What's
and
the difference in the two jobs? What does the special event coordinator do different from the floral manager?
Special events coordinator just handles events, like taking all the orders and working with the customers for weddings and parties and things like that. Floral manager is managing the department, working out schedules and keeping everybody on task. So I think that's kind of where I honed some of my leadership capabilities. So that took me all the way up to 2019, which is where I decided to make the leap in August of 2019 and leave retail and go full time into freelancing and teaching. And then, just a few months later, my entire calendar cleared. No teaching, no events, no nothing. So I wrote a book instead of, I couldn't sit still. So I wrote my first book during that time.
Do we have that book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you do.
Making sure it's in the library.
It's called Framing Floral Techniques, and it's all about like educating. It's a workbook kind of featuring floral.
Did something
floral
happen that
techniques.
you wanted to pivot and change? Was it just
COVID?
time for a change? I mean, no. This was
Yeah,
before she wrote during COVID, but she had already
Yeah.
left, her day job as
To go full
to
time
go
freelance.
to go full time
That's true.
freelance. So what happened? What changed your mind?
That is a really good question, Fern. So actually, I started teaching classes for our customers at at the flower shops that I was working for, and I realized that I loved it and I was kind of good at it. And then right after I got inducted in AIFD, I was inducted in 2016, and then in 2018, I think I was invited to join the Teleflora Education Specialist team, and which is like an incredible honor.
Mhm.
And so I started traveling a lot with that team and teaching. And that's also when the program at our local college, Bucks County Community College, started. And so we developed an AIFD education partner program at Bucks College. And so I just started doing so much more teaching that I really loved doing it. So I decided that I would leave retail and focus more, like really 50% of my time on teaching, and then fill in whatever other time I could with event studios in the area on the weekends for freelancing. So that's really what was the factor, is that I learned how much I love to teach.
You found your calling. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Congratulations.
It's great.
She
Yeah.
came and did one of those Teleflora events in the warehouse. What
I
year was that?
did. Maybe
I think it was 2018 or 17.
That's with,
Yesterday, I went
Yeah.
through the whole Facebook.
Delaflora set that up.
We celebrated
Yeah.
our 17th year yesterday. So I was going through all the albums and I saw Renee. Renee looks exactly the same.
That's how we met Renee. We met
Yeah.
Renee
Yeah,
here, and she did such an amazing job.
Yeah, in the
teaching
warehouse. And I was
in
thinking,
the cooler, and everybody was
Without-
hanging on her word. Everything
Yeah.
she said, it was.
did you guys
awesome.
turn off the cooler? Because nobody was wearing
No,
jackets
no,
either. It was
no.
like,
They
it was
were in there
funny.
freezing.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at the pictures. I'm like, how is everybody standing there?
That's
poor
what
people.
that event was one of the reasons why we created that new space in the new building
Oh.
for that reason.
Was
Yeah, that's
because
why we don't
that was
host
where it
things.
came
We need
from,
to have
yeah.
Renee
Yeah.
inaugurate it then.
Yeah. The next
It
one
was
won't be
really
so
cool.
cold.
Okay. Yeah, but that was fun. It was great to meet you guys then, and we've been friends ever since. I mean, you
Yes.
guys have been such a great supporter of everybody. But then, after I left retail, I had been involved with the Philadelphia Flower Show through the Pennsylvania Horticulture Society, PHS, who puts on the show. They found out that I left retail, and they decided that they weren't going to let me just slip away that way. And so they invited me to do my own exhibit, which is the first time I had ever done that. And you guys came on as a sponsor for me for that exhibit. And you actually sent Jimmy. He came and helped me put the exhibit together, which was so generous and incredible. And I'm still
What year
grateful to you.
was that? Was that
It was
2020?
2020.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
We closed the show on March 11th, and March 13th is when the world shut down. So we just squeaked that show out.
Wow,
But
yeah.
that was pretty incredible.
I remember Jimmy coming back and saying,
I don't feel
"Fern,
good.
No. He was like, Fern, it was the weirdest thing. I was walking through the airport and everyone's wearing masks and it wasn't,
Wow.
it wasn't just like a couple people, like everybody was wearing masks. And that's when
Yeah.
people started wearing the mask and it freaked me out. I remember I had taken a trip the week before he went with you to Ecuador and I saw more people wearing masks than what you would normally see. And I was weirded out.
Yeah.
Things you remember.
So I have been doing the Philadelphia show, for so many years now. I've kind of lost count, but I started with Bill Schaefer, who you've also had on your
Yes.
podcast.
Oh yeah.
Love Bill.
Many years ago, he put out a call for volunteers, and I didn't even know him, but I signed up to volunteer for him. And 10 years later, I was still on his team.
Nice.
And so, and just kind of worked my way up from there in the show itself. So it is a true labor of love every year. I will tell you that.
And now you have your students helping, right?
Yeah, this is the first year that this has happened. So our Bucks College program was invited to do their own exhibit.
Wow.
And they've never had a floral design education exhibit. They have lots of landscape education exhibits, but not floral. So this will be the first time that has happened. So Ron Mulray is my partner in crime for this project. We're coordinating our students for that, and it's a lot.
Nice.
It's good. It's really good, but it's a lot. We want to get it right for our students.
Is it a lot because it's students working, or is it? I mean, I can only assume that it's always a lot, right?
It
You know,
is
I've
always a
every
lot.
time I
It is.
speak to Bill, I mean, he goes through a lot
Just
of work.
listen to
Yeah.
Olga too. Olga comes back and she'll tell you, man.
She comes
worked
back
her butt
exhausted,
off. Yeah.
literally exhausted when she gets
Yeah.
back.
It's pretty in depth. And this year, I want to get it right for the students. I want that. I want to make sure we're giving them the right guidance so that they do something that makes them proud. And
Nice.
just a lot of layers. But also we want it to be their design.
Mhm.
So, we're figuring it out. First year is always interesting.
People don't know how hard these people work at putting those exhibits
Yeah.
together.
And
No.
then you guys have to refresh it, right? You have to refresh
Oh
it.
yeah,
3 weeks.
every night.
3 weeks. Every what?
Well, so the show is actually open for 10 days, and then there's a week of setup before that. But once the show opens, we have to go in every night after the show closes and water, pluck out anything that is perished. And then halfway through the week, usually we'll go in and do like a full turn of like anything that is really dying. They want every single day to look first day fresh. And they, the PHS, they give out maintenance awards at the end of the show. Like if you've done a good job maintaining your exhibit, they award you for that.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's really important.
Do they give you the theme, or are you and your students?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. So the overall theme of the show is Gardens of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So our student exhibit is called Florists of the Future. So they're
Nice.
Love it.
putting together some
That's what we need.
avant-garde things. Yeah,
Think of the
exactly.
Disney ride with the
That's what we need.
We are the future.
the Carousel of Progress
The
ride.
yeah, exactly.
That's the worst ride in the park,
I
hands
know.
down. Are you also planning your own exhibit, or are you just focusing 100%
No.
on this one?
Focusing 100% on this one. I'm going to be totally honest. We talked about how much it is to do an exhibit. Last year, I made these. I was on the AIFD team last year. We had 60 people on our team. I managed it with Ron. It was an incredible success, but it wiped me out. And I made these big proclamations that this is my swan song. I'm not doing this again.
That was the
I'm
states, right?
done.
That was the one that you guys did the states and
We did countries actually.
countries, right?
Yeah. And then our students got invited. And I was like, well, I can't say no for the
No.
students.
Yeah.
So
They got you.
here I
They
am.
got you on the teacher side.
Just when I thought I was.
Just when I thought I was good.
Just when I thought I was out,
Exactly.
they pulled me
Yeah,
back in.
yeah, but I'm glad. It should be fun. We have about 35 days or something until we're
Nice.
there. It's like coming quickly.
She's
It's
got a
like tomorrow.
countdown. She's got a countdown already. It's 35
How
days.
organized
35
she is,
days
of
of that
course she
project
is.
is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
It's now.
So Ryan, how
That's-
long is the setup for like the Ecuador show? What do you get? 2 days?
You get 4 days, kind of.
4 days for Ecuador.
sounds
Yeah.
And if anybody any fatties who've ever been down there, or like to the Holland show, I would assume is similar, and that's huge grandeur. Most shows across the country, you get a few hours or a day, right, to set up, depending on the show, and you guys get a whole week.
This is
yeah, but that's different.
No,
It's
this
different.
this is the equivalent of like the Chelsea, right? The Chelsea show. This is
Yeah,
the American
this is-
version. This
This
is
is way
huge
bigger
grandeur.
this
than
is huge, guys. Like,
any
yeah.
show that a
Yeah.
vendor would do.
Yeah.
Have you two been to that show?
The Philly Flowers Show? I was at the Philly Flowers Show when I still lived in New York. My dad was selling pussy willows to Uncle Brian
Blank Willow.
from Morningside Florist
Mhm.
in Haledon, New Jersey. He had, I guess, a stand or something at the Philadelphia Flower Show, and he sold a massive amount of pussy willow.
Nice.
I've never been.
Bunches. I guess the
I've only
public
seen
comes
pictures.
in and buys stuff from vendors as well as looks at the...
Yeah, there's the show is kind of split in half. There's exhibits on one side and then a marketplace on the other. So there's
Yeah.
lots of things for people to buy as well. But Mike, if it's been that long since you've been there,
Yeah.
you guys have to come. Like,
Yeah.
You guys should do a
Yeah.
walking
I say that
podcast.
almost every year that I
we
need to
do,
go.
but it's congruent with Wolfsaw and Fleur de Villes, and the week before is
Next gen.
now Next Gen. There's a lot going on.
Mhm.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
going
but
on.
it's a day trip. You can fly up the night before and fly back the next night. Maybe
It's-
I'm going to do
it's
that.
worth it for
I'm
the
coming to see
cheesesteak.
you.
It's
I'm
worth
coming.
it for
Oh,
a
good.
cheesesteak.
Yes. Yeah,
Or-
that's
you gotta
right.
Come back
That's
with
right.
the cheesesteaks.
What's your
Yeah,
favorite cheesesteak spot, Renee?
Okay,
knows.
so I'm a vegetarian.
Oh, damn.
They have tofu.
Which one has
cheesesteak.
the best French fries?
Oh, well, actually, I can tell you there is across from the convention center, there's a place called the Reading Terminal Market, and it's like a food mecca, and all these
Mhm.
people come from all these little restaurants from all over. A lot of people from the Lancaster, like the Amish country, have little stalls in this market. And oh my gosh, I can't remember the name of it, but there is a cheesesteak place in there that makes a like a tofu cheesesteak, and it is delicious. It is the highlight of my flower show week. So I'm already thinking
Nice.
about
I
that
had
cheesesteak.
a cheesesteak. Well, I had a jackfruit steak, like a sandwich,
Uh-huh.
and it tasted exactly like a cheesesteak. It was so good.
That might be
Jackfruit, yeah.
that might be what they use.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but they do it on the grill with the peppers and onions and the whole thing. It's so good. I'm already thinking
Let's
about
fly
it.
for a day, you and me.
I'm gonna be in New York, so I can
I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Take the
She's-
Amtrak.
So you're gonna go from Dallas, New York, Philly, and then come home? That's
She
your
wants a
plan?
cheesesteak. What's she gonna
I'm
do?
just saying, like
It's one
she's
day.
so quick to
man,
say
a
yes
cheesesteak.
without like
Yeah, I know. I don't
thinking
know what I'm
about
thinking
what's actually
about,
happening.
but it's
I
okay.
mean, I'm good for it if you're good for it, but good luck.
It'll be a whirlwind, but you won't regret it. I mean, you can easily do the show in a day, but it's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you guys
excited
should walk
'cause I'm
around with
actually-
mics and just like a
Interview
backpack.
people.
with-
Well,
we'll
we're
put this in a
sponsoring.
backpack.
With a battery
That's right.
source.
We're sponsoring, and Olga's going up to be on Bill's team, and so we are. Olga and Dennis are already planning to meet up, and yeah.
Oh,
So it's. I
good.
mean, yeah.
There's also a That Flower Feeling activation going on in there as well.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Nice.
Chris
that's
Chris
cool.
Drummond is working with Bill Schaefer, working on some plans with the marketing committee to coordinate kind of like a photo op moment for That Flower Feeling.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's a perfect.
I'm actually
spot.
going to Chelsea this year, which I've never been. I'm so excited. It's the like terrible time of year to be away, the third
Uh-huh.
week of May. But like,
Oh, it's
if
in
you
May.
don't
Okay.
just make it, if you don't just like make it happen, I'm never gonna get there if I don't
you
just.
always say
so-
I'm too busy. You
Oh,
just
Renee,
gotta
we need to.
jump
We
and do
can.
it.
You know what? We're gonna live. You're gonna give you a cam. You're gonna live cam for us.
Yeah, reporting live.
Reporting
from
live
the
from
Chelsea show.
Chelsea Flower
Yeah.
Show.
I can do an
Tucci-
IG
Tucci TV.
takeover.
Tucci TV.
Yeah,
I
I
love
Tucci
it.
TV, I love
I
it.
love that.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, we should do an IG takeover, and I can post from there.
Absolutely. The Chelsea is on my list as well. My bucket list for sure.
Well, just
Yeah,
put that on.
I'm-
Just go.
Yeah,
I'm
just go.
going.
Just do
Let's
it.
go.
What's stopping
You're
you?
going everywhere.
Well, Celine still has the invite from David Austin
yeah.
to come
Celine
to
should
see
go,
his
yeah.
garden. So.
Celine did request Mimi to go with her. She did.
Yeah.
say
She
that.
did.
That's fine.
She said she cannot go without Mimi.
That's fine. I have
Oh,
no problem
Lord.
with that. I'll be there to
Oh,
chaperone.
You're gonna be a platinum status
I
member
know,
by the end of the year.
Oh, I just got that.
I figured that.
Did
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
You gotta be that. by
So
now.
are you going with your husband Michael?
Yeah, Michael, my partner in flower crime, he gets
Uh-huh.
involved in, he has a real like sophisticated job, but he also gets involved in every one of my crazy projects, and he's
Absolutely.
As it should be.
incredibly
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
supportive. Yeah. So he'll be at the flower show helping all my students bring their stuff to life, and so yeah, he's going to go to Chelsea with me.
Nice.
So it should be really fun.
Sounds like fun.
It's nice to just go to the show,
No,
not have
wait,
to work and
wait,
like,
wait,
be all the
So
pressure.
May
You just go
should-
in and enjoy it. Just
Yeah.
go drink it all in, get inspired.
So she's going
That's
to
right.
UK in May, and then in June she's coming to Fresh Fest. In July she's going to AIFD. Then in August she's going to be at SAF. She's nonstop.
Yeah,
She's going to hit
you're right.
platinum.
I hadn't thought about that. Thanks for laying that out. Mimi.
Sorry for freaking you out.
A little bit of pressure goes
No,
a
it's-
long way. Why not?
Good. It's good. I was traveling a lot more for teaching a few years ago, and I decided to pull back from that because it's just so traveling is hard these days. It's
Yeah.
not what it used to be.
The
and to have
airports
to
are
travel.
packed with people,
Yeah.
and there's no.
Yeah.
The planes are always packed.
Always
There's
full.
no space.
And there's
Always
always
full, there's
issues,
Yeah.
delays, and whatever. And to then have to like be late when I have to be working or whatever. So I decided I just want to travel for pleasure now if I can, minimize the work travel. So all of that, even though it's all work, everything you said, it's all pleasure work. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Those are all
I'm-
fun trips.
Yeah.
I'm happy for it. Yeah.
So does that mean your education is going more virtual?
Um, much focusing on my local students in person, and I do quite a bit of like garden club presentations and semi-local wholesalers. Like in March, I'm going to Bloomsburg, which is like 3 hours from here, so it's an overnight, but not a flight. I'm just like in my quote old age. I'm just trying to stick a little more close to home.
Not old.
No,
At all.
not having it.
Nope.
I don't know. It's just that road life. It's tough. It's tough. I did it. It's just not for me.
So how many years were you on the Teleflora team?
I was on the team for 3 years. And we did quite a bit, and then it like went over during COVID too. And I did quite a bit of virtual education through that as well, which I love the fact that that opportunity is there, but I need an in-person audience. Like staring into a camera and not getting that like head shake from the other side, or like smiles, or like I just need to know that whatever I'm saying is resonating with people. And so virtual, when I can't see the audience, is tough. It's really tough for me.
Yeah.
Also, the flowers, I feel like, is very hard to learn just by watching. You kind of have to do it. You have
at
to,
the same time.
And it's probably really hard unless you have really good camera angles and things like that to do it effectively.
Well, there is a few educators out there that
there's
that are
tons
sending,
that are doing it digitally.
that are sending flowers to people and then doing.
No, but even
virtual
that
thing.
is still pretty
It's
hard
still
to
tough.
do.
Yeah.
It's hard. I invested in a lot of equipment like cameras, lighting, audio, all that. And so I think I have a pretty good setup so that people can see what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
But like with workshops, for example, if I were to send flowers to people and they do it, then the best part of a class is the critique. So for them to show me what they've done through a camera with probably not a great angle or bad lighting, I can't really see what they've done and give authentic critique. And so it just became something that I realized wasn't really beneficial. So that's why I'm pretty much sticking to in-person stuff now. Cool. It's nice to have the ability to do virtual stuff every now and again, but in person with flowers, that's where it's at.
Nice. Are you always looking for new students, or do you kind of like keep like a small collective?
Yes. So I really push for the students to go through our Bucks program because it is so comprehensive and well-rounded. And we've been doing that program for 7 years now. We've had several hundred students come through our program so far. And I'm one of 4 instructors there. There's myself, Ron Mulray, Shannon Toll, and Heather Town, all AIFD educators. And I think the students learning from all 4 of us were so different, all 4 of us. It gives them such a great like 360 view of the industry and different ways to do things. And then those students get to participate in our Art That Blooms weekend that we have every year, which we've done it for 3 years now. And it's a student flower show, and it has really blown up. It's become so fun and big and successful. And I just love when any of our students get to like create from scratch and show what they've learned. So I love to push my students through there as opposed to just one-on-one with me, because they get a more well-rounded education.
Do they go an intern as well at Chris Drummond's flower shop?
Well, we haven't started an intern program, but we have started a TA program. So anyone that's finished the program can come back and be a teacher's assistant. If they've already attained their CFD with AIFD through us, then they can use that for their continuing education credits. And it's an extra set of hands in the classroom to help us process and clean up and help the students, know what they're doing. So that TA program has been pretty incredible, and it helps us keep a connection with people who finish the program. So once they're in, they love it. They don't want to leave, and we don't want them to leave. So even though they finish.
How long are the courses?
The courses are usually 5 weeks.
Okay.
And they have to take, a certain amount of core classes, elective classes, and complete a certain amount of hours before they take the final exam, which we call the capstone. And most people take about 2 years to get through it.
Wow.
But you can do it in as quick as 9 months. So it's pretty intense if you do it that quickly, but we've had people do it. And
That's
then
cool.
they come
You got a
out
nice
with
crop of upcoming florists there that you can
Yeah, exactly. They come out with like foundational skills that a lot of them have taken to local flower shops and used to as a jumping off point for we have a lot of they're all adult learners. So it's a lot of people, some young folks, but a lot of people that are nearing retirement and they want another career, like they're looking for their
Their
next career.
second life.
Yeah, exactly. Which is fun because they have a lot of life experience that they can lend to what we're teaching. And it's just, I know I'm biased, but it's just such a great program. I love it so much.
Well, I'm sure at the same time you're able to educate them on the associations, AIFD, accreditation, all these things that I can only imagine almost none of them know about, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're offering scholarship opportunities, and now they're getting to go and do the stuff at the Philadelphia Flower Show with us, which is
Nice.
big and new. So it's getting bigger and opening their world exponentially.
Do you help place them?
Well, not in a formal way, but often, like all the local shops know that, I'm involved with that program. So I hear from people all the time, like, hey, I'm looking to hire, or do you know anybody looking for, weekend help or whatever. And so then I kind of think about our students and who lives kind of close. I do try to like informally help place them.
That's great.
That's the right way. I'd be reaching out to Renee too. Hey, I'm hiring. I need some people. Send me your students.
She's giving me Abbott Elementary vibes. Like I'm smiling so much because I'm like, oh my God, you're Janine. I love you.
Oh, that is the biggest compliment you could give me.
Did you see the Sunny in Philadelphia crossover?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
that was
for
weird.
real, Renee, what you're doing is amazing.
It's awesome.
Oh, thanks. It's really fun, and I have a very specific skill set, and I'm mature enough now to recognize there's some things that I'm really good at and some things that I'm not so good at, and I'm good at teaching. I'm gonna say it out loud on this podcast. I'm good at that.
Let the world know.
Let them
Hell
know.
Yeah.
Mimi's pressing buttons. Can you hear it? Do you hear the clapping?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Okay, so hold on.
Were you trying to press
Hold on.
clapping there, or are you going for something
No,
else?
Hold on.
I was trying to
Not
clap.
everybody hears the soundboard. Why is that? Some
know.
people
Oh, wait.
hear it, some people don't.
She turned
Oh,
it
was
down.
that clapping? No, I didn't hear clapping. I guess I heard I guess
we were like
Fern
all
was- yeah.
excited. Yeah.
Press the sound. See if she hear, turn it up and press a different sound.
Did you hear that?
No.
Hell
yeah.
What other sounds has he got on there? What else has he got?
I'm gonna make him labels because
I don't
And
think
now
he
a
knows where
word
they
from
are.
our sponsor.
I know I'm gonna make him little labels.
Oh, if you go on this, it says it.
No, it doesn't because then
You can
No,
read it.
but it has
No, they
like
correlate with the button. You can read
Oh.
it.
it has like two different
Damn.
pages.
Where is Joel?
He went
Joel.
to take the camera to the building. I don't know.
he's doing
Did you tell him to stay there and film it?
yeah, we told him to set it up. He just texted me. He was asking for Mancio's name and he was basically everything. you had
Okay,
to
I
do.
didn't get a report. He texted her.
Yeah, he's there.
He goes through mommy.
No, he's so awesome. Joel's so awesome.
Daddy's
Last night he
mean.
went to my kid's basketball game.
Did he?
And he picked him up. He took him to the basketball court. He helped him with some stuff. And you would see Joel up and down the court. Like more, my husband and I were sitting down on the bleachers just laughing because we don't even get like that. I mean, I clap for everybody, and Joel was mad at me for clapping for every shot, like on
She
the
cheers
opposite.
for the other team.
What's
No.
wrong with you? You can't cheer for the other team.
No.
I
Mimi.
mean, yes, the kid
Sportsmanship.
did a good
No.
job.
No, your job is to cheer for
Anyways,
your son's
but you
team.
see Joel like going pacing back and forth, and so Joel's like, "We need to work on his fundamentals," and Dylan got to do this, and like he's like, "My guy, you are not tall enough for that. We need to work on our fundamentals and blah blah blah." So, Joel's a
really
great
good. Joel
inspiration
got
for little
scholarships
kids
to
too.
a
I know.
really
He
good,
was good.
high school for basketball.
I just
mean,
love
he
people
did
who
well.
want to teach and want to help. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's
It's an admirable quality.
no. My
It's
husband
really
was
nice.
so appreciative. Like he was like, "Dude, that's such a good kid," you know.
Right.
He is.
The fact that he went to the game and like
No, he
gave
picked
them
him
attention
up.
and stuff.
He left the gym, picked him up, and brought him to the gym. They spent like an hour before, and it was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But teaching's a
Will I
great
see
thing,
you-
Renee. We appreciate
Will I
you
see you
giving
guys
back.
in Palm Springs?
Oh yeah.
Some of us, yeah.
AIFD?
Some of us, I will be there.
We are
Oh,
elite sponsors. I don't know if it's We're
Elite?
we're doing a big sponsorship this year.
Nice.
Awesome. You guys are so incredible. I'm blown away by your generosity of everyone and everything all the time, all year long. Like Jet Fresh is everywhere, and we couldn't do it without you. I just thank you so much. So I can't wait to see what you bring to Palm Springs.
Well,
you.
thank you. It's good to be able to give back to the industry that gives so much to us.
Yeah.
Right? And supports us so much, you know? So as much as you feel like that, we feel the same way about the industry and about all the cool people at, you know, AIFD. I call you guys the AIFDers. You know, the whole community is just so welcoming, so warm, so awesome. You know, they're always very supportive, you know, so I'm a huge fan.
No, and they're all volunteers. Are you
And that-
volunteering
I think
this
that
year?
is the best part.
I know
Well,
last year was heavy on you.
Yeah, I did procurement last year. This year, I don't have a specific symposium role because I am the president-elect. So I'm
Ooh, yeah.
Nope, wrong button.
So
Try again.
Wow.
That's the one I wanted to say.
my year as president begins in Palm Springs and
Nice.
ends in 26 when we're back in Orlando. That will be my the finale of my presidential year. So
Cool.
Oh, so Orlando, you're going all out.
She's gonna have Secret
Yeah.
Service. She's gonna.
I like it. I like it.
yeah,
detail.
it's been pretty incredible being involved in the leadership of AIFD. There's some big changes coming and we're really excited about it. So
How does one get elected to president?
Well, you start at a regional level and you get involved that we have 6 regions across the country. So I was in the I'm in the Northeast region. So I was really involved on the Northeast region board for a while and worked my way up there, was president of the region. And then once a year, they put together nominations for people who should run to be on the national board. I was elected to be on the national board and then pretty quickly ran to become secretary and then vice president and now president-elect. So it's just been kind of snowballing, and I don't understand what people see in me and why they trust me, but I just keep
I
working
do.
as hard as
I
I can for
do.
them.
Come on, you're
They got the
you-
Tucci effect. Come on.
You're a
I just-
natural teacher, educator. You know, you embody what
She's a
is the
natural
core of
people
AIFD.
person.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
She's a natural piece. She's a people magnet. Like people are immediately
Mhm.
comfortable talking to her.
Yeah.
Being around
Aw.
her. Yeah. I know.
Thank you.
You can tell.
Thank you. We're just trying to really bring beauty and education and floristry to the masses. So I hope everybody will come to Palm Springs because we'd love to have you.
Does the whole national board change like when you become president? So you get a new secretary, you get a new treasurer.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
Who's-
once a year,
who's in
the
your crew?
executive board.
who's in your crew?
Right now, Laurie Lemick from Connecticut is our current president. I'm the president-elect. Then we have Brent Leach. He's from Arizona. He's the vice president.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Bussey from Georgia is our treasurer. And we have Teresa Colucci as our past president. She's from New York. So then in July, the elections will happen again. I will move up. A new person will get elected to VP. And then if our VP does a good job and they have a vote of confidence, they automatically move up. So once you're elected to VP, it's an automatic thing. Buckle up. It's happening. You can't get off the
Get
ride.
ready. Get going.
That's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So it's a multi-year commitment, VP to president-elect to president to past president. But I love it.
And that takes a whole year of planning too. That's a
Mhm.
whole other year. God,
Oh,
Renee, how
man.
do you find the time?
We've been planning already with Lori since September
Correct. For
July.
Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
you guys. It's a ton of planning. It's crazy.
Yeah. Our symposiums are always planned 3 years out. So we're already planning for 27.
Oh, I forgot to reach out to Lori. Is she okay with all the wildfires that are
The
happening?
fires. Yeah. She's okay. I think the air quality is pretty bad where she is, but she's okay.
Okay, yeah. Man, to all our fatties, I don't know how many fatties we have in California, but this has
Our
just
hearts
been
go out to you,
horrible
man.
to
It's
watch.
crazy. I hope they get all those fires under control soon.
Jenny Thompson's doing a class that's going 100% donations to them, and I tried. Angelique from Accent Decor was collecting and different stuff. Which, by the way, how did you officiate Jenny Thompson's wedding? So you're an officiator. You also officiate weddings too.
Yeah, where do you find the
Well-
time to do all this stuff? God.
Thomason.
Well, that
Sorry,
was-
I said her name wrong. It's Thomason, right?
Mike
Yeah.
Jr. officiated 3 weddings. Two.
My husband officiated.
Jason's, Connor's.
And Dan Riley, right?
Did he do dance?
I think so.
Wow.
He did. Yeah.
But-
I don't remember dance.
but-
Did they have a wedding?
I don't know. He
I think they
did
had
somebody.
a small one.
But this wedding was like the who's who of the flower industry. It was amazing. Renee killed it in her boots. You might not be at Next Gen, but you gave me inspo. I looked at all of those pictures too again recently. I was like, okay, but
It's a cowboy wedding?
No, but they had a cowboy night. No, it was a gorgeous wedding. Like the flowers were ridiculous.
Amazing.
I mean,
It
it's
was
Dr.
amazing.
Delphinium and Jenny
what was-
Tomlinson.
It was
I mean,
what to be
what
expected.
wouldn't it be?
Oh my gosh,
It was like
was
the ball of the
gorgeous.
industry.
And then all of a sudden, I'm swiping, and all of a sudden, I see Renee. She's the officiant.
Yeah, that was incredible. I'm lucky to be friends with Jenny and Charles, and so they asked me to officiate. I've not done it for anyone else, but I would because I loved it, and it was really fun, like interviewing them to get, background for the the vows and all of that, and it was so special. It was really incredible, and that wedding.
Was this
Over the top.
your one and only time that you've ever officiated? Did you
So
go
far,
get your
I would do it
certification?
again.
So you got
Yeah.
your certification just for their
You
wedding.
got ordained and everything? Like,
Yeah,
Did you have to get
the-
ordained in Texas? No, you could. It's a nationwide thing, right?
Yeah, I went to the Universal Life Church online
Yeah, that's
thing
what-
and called the Dallas County whatever Office of Wills, and they were like, "Yeah, you're good with that. You don't need anything else." And I was like, "All right." So we did it,
It was
and
legit.
I
I
almost
love it.
left.
I don't think Junior did any like paperwork. Nothing.
I think you went online and got a permit. or
I-
something.
No, you
he
have
said
to.
he
Yeah,
went
you have to.
online.
Yeah.
He said he went online. And
I think
got
he
a
had to
permit.
take a class or something for it.
My husband did it for somebody in our backyard dressed as a bunny on Halloween.
What?
So yeah, like he officiated my friend's wedding and their marriage or whatever in our backyard.
Did that marriage
went-
last?
Yeah, they're still married.
I went to a wedding in Texas that was a Halloween themed wedding. There was a lady that showed up in blackface, but she said she was chocolate cake.
No.
Is that your whole story? Was that the whole point?
That was the whole point of that. It was hilarious. It's just wild Halloween weddings.
Wah, wah. I don't know where that one is, but
There's a second page of buttons.
oh, you should be the backup producer.
I've gotten married with two different Elvises in Las
Wow.
Vegas. Yeah.
Not many people can say that.
Yeah, I did it right.
I'm sorry.
Again,
you couldn't
wrong
hear,
button,
you couldn't
but-
hear
What do you
the
mean wrong
Barry White.
button?
That
That's
wasn't
That
the
was
not-
right
very
button.
but
That's not marriage music. That's baby making music.
well. What happens after the marriage?
Baby making time. Oh my. Sorry, Renee. I wish you could hear the little
She couldn't
sound.
hear the Barry White music playing.
That's all right. I'll catch it on Friday morning.
Yeah.
Those are the nice surprises when
Do
they
you-
throw
Yeah.
something in.
Do you listen Friday morning? Is it religious? Is it?
So usually Friday or over the weekend. I'm a first in, first out kind of girl, so I have to listen as they were. I have I don't listen to the radio anymore. It's all podcasts all the time.
Yeah.
So, whatever's in my library, I have to listen to, like whatever came in first. I don't know, OCD like that.
That's
But
okay.
yeah, I'm always within a week of listening to you guys.
Are you multitasking or are you just
Oh,
like
yeah.
relaxing?
No, there's no
There's no
relaxing.
relax in Renee's life.
Yeah, no, it's always like while I'm working or driving or whatever, but you guys are so fun to listen to. And I love learning about all the, cool people that you have on and all the different parts of the industry.
Me too.
Like I said before, like I'm so into like the design world that I don't know a lot of these growers and farms and things like that. So I need this kind of stuff to like open my eyes to it.
Yeah, I think we've all learned a lot
Yeah.
from it.
That's why I'm saying we need to go after the letters. PFCI. We are absolutely educating people.
P stands
You
for
are.
podcast.
P for podcast. There you go.
Yeah, you guys have PFCI in the bag. Just submit your application. You can get it together in the next month.
Yeah.
No,
fine.
no. Next month.
Hook us
is
up, Amy.
terrifying.
I
me.
got
I was
you
gonna say
guys.
this somehow is gonna feel like
you.
our job, right?
I know. I got you. Got you guys.
What's up,
Got you.
man?
Got you.
Well,
but no,
if you-
but Fern, then you have to do it, and you have to be able to receive your PFCI over there in Phoenix. So you got to come for the stars.
I
of the
mean, wow,
Lord
what a terrible thing. I got to go to Phoenix.
to
wow.
play golf.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know.
That hotel is awesome. We were there before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it was
love
nice.
That hotel. So
I like
nice.
the distance from like all the restaurants.
We
and-
took a golf cart
Yeah.
to the restaurant.
Yeah.
I
That's
remember.
awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. It was hot, man. It's hot over there.
That desert heat, man. Is
What I saw
Yeah.
was cool there. They have apartment buildings that have plants growing on the side of them. Like it's like, you know, giving more oxygen.
They need it.
Yeah. I like that. I've seen that in a few different spots. I saw that also in Barcelona. There was like these beautiful buildings that had all this. It wasn't ivy. It was something else. And it grew like creeps up the side of the building and was really, really nice.
I was just in Barcelona last August, actually. I think I reached out to you, Mike, to ask if you had any like referrals of farms or anything to go to. And there really wasn't much there. So I actually just had a vacation, which was
They
incredible.
have a flower market there, but it's kind of small.
Yeah.
I went to visit it. I took like a 45-minute Uber there and back, and it was kind of small. I thought from the picture that you see online, you think it's a lot bigger than what it's. It wasn't that much with fresh cut. It had a lot of other things, but didn't have a lot of fresh cut.
Yeah, I did walk,
But it is
all
a
over
spot to
the
buy a
city.
leather jacket. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't do that, but I did. Walking all over the city looking for flower shops, and it's not the flower mecca I wanted it to be.
No.
They're not known for that either. I only found one shop that I was like, wow, this is beautiful. This is special. Everything else was kind of, So
Yeah.
I just,
It's such a
It-
tourist. It's such a touristy town. I think in Madrid there's a little bit more of that, but there's not a market either. Not as big. Close to the port, there's more flowers that are coming in because they're going Holland. Sometimes they go there and then they go. Opposite Africa, like that. So yeah, I'm going like this, that way. But yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be there for a long period of time, but for a couple of days, it's cool to visit.
yeah,
There's a
We
lot of
did
people that
3 days in-
retire over there.
I know.
It's got nothing on the
3
calendar.
days in Barcelona and 2 days in Valencia, which is 3 hours south of Barcelona. We took a train down there, which is a beach town. It was the perfect mix of city and beach. If anyone listening is thinking of going to Spain, I highly recommend that combination.
Yeah.
It was
I mean,
incredible.
you might as well twist my arm because the Dolphins are playing in Spain next year.
Oh yeah,
Just
Joelle
saying.
told me that too. This morning.
Dolphins are playing in Spain. Might have to, catch a game. Just saying.
Okay. Well, how are your dolphins doing right now?
They're out fishing. They're out fishing with the Jets. The Dolphins and the Jets are
Okay.
both out fishing. We're on vacation. How are you
Okay.
guys doing? Are you guys going?
Well,
all
yeah.
the
So
way?
your dolphins will be watching our Eagles this weekend as they
Yes.
play
Yes,
in their-
unfortunately, that is the life of a Dolphins fan. Extreme
Oh,
hope,
man.
extreme heartbreak every season at
Yeah,
the end.
it's the same here in Philly. They're gonna, they get us so close to the end, and then
Yeah, it'll
a
be
lot
fun
of
until they meet
You
Detroit.
guys gotta go through Detroit.
Yeah,
You
no,
guys, it's
yeah.
gonna be the battle
The
of
birds
you.
and the lions.
Just
The
watch
birds and the
Invincible and you'll feel better.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah. That's a great movie.
I like that movie.
So what's up for you, Renee? What's next? What's the next challenge on the horizon?
Well, after the Philadelphia Flower Show, I am working with Certified American Grown, and we're producing the florals for the First Ladies Lunch in Washington, D.C.
Nice.
And that will be pretty incredible. It's like 2,000 people in attendance.
Melania
Yes.
likes flowers.
Yes, she does.
She likes flowers.
Well,
No, I've read some stuff about she's serious about her flowers.
No, she's also like at Mar-a-Lago. She's involved in what
Yeah.
they put on the grounds and what they have around. If she doesn't like something, that it's got to go and they got to replace it right away.
Okay. Well, she's not been invited. It's called the First Ladies Lunch. It's organized by the Congressional Club, and it's like a truly bipartisan thing.
Event, yes.
The one woman I was speaking to, she's like, I don't even know half these women. I don't know if they're Democrats or Republicans. We just work together to
Love that.
produce this event,
Love
and it's a fundraiser. And so anyway, to me, it's not about the politics. It's about just doing this big event and being part of something really cool with an incredible group of people. The application is out now for people to get involved with it, and people come from all over the country to volunteer to be part of the team for the
And
lunch.
This is at the White House, right?
No.
No.
It's at It's at a hotel in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
I can't divulge the location or the actual date for security purposes, but I can tell you that it's like the last week of March at a hotel in D.C. And so if anybody wants to apply, you can always reach out to me. I'll send you the application.
That's
They're going to
really
be due like end of January. And, obviously if you're accepted, then we would give you all the details. But we have to be a little bit closed-lipped about it because it's high security.
Is it like you got to be vetted by the Secret Service and stuff to do it?
I don't think it's that bad because we're not going to the White House, which I've done before, and I worked at the White House in 2016 on an event, and that was like crazy getting through all those credentials and the security stuff every single day. But it's not going to be that bad. But we just have to, be smart about it.
It's so different now because I saw like a YouTube video. I don't know, maybe like last weekend. I was just watching different YouTube videos, and one of these videos showed people pulling up to the White House, and just like there was like one guy standing there, and like you just let you right through. It was that was back in the '60s.
No way now.
No,
Yeah, no
not
way
now.
now, yeah.
No. There's a whole sniper
even
crew
close.
on the roof. They're
Yeah.
watching you. They're not messing around anymore.
You never know where
Yeah.
they are.
When we went to Memorial Day flowers with my kids saw like all of this. We got
You can
close, and you can see them. Yeah,
them.
it's kind of
They're up
scary.
there.
It just makes you like, yeah,
It's scary what you see. It's even more scary what you don't see.
exactly. Lioness.
Yeah.
Oh, I just finished season 2 last night.
I don't know. Makes
Oh
me want
my
to crawl under
God,
a
what
rock.
an
I'm like,
episode.
no way are we part of all of that. So I like to live in a fantasy world where, we all just, everybody gets along and everybody's happy and there's no government.
Where you cheer for both teams.
Yes.
Terrible.
I cheer for people. I rather cheer for animals. That's who I really want to cheer for.
Did you see the picture of the owl?
I did.
That was so cool.
Yeah, Mike has a
I was like,
A visitor.
The owl. What do you mean, the owl?
Mike Jr. never took the Christmas wreath down off the
front door.
above the front door.
and there's a
And your
beautiful
mom
owl.
and your mom was going there for whatever reason, and she noticed there was an owl. Right?
I think it's a burrowing owl. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So
No,
she
said she saw it on the camera.
on the Ring camera, on the security cameras, and then she went outside and she went to look for it. But then she says 3 hours later she went and saw and it was gone. But I told her they'll be back once they've made that nest. So now she's thinking of keeping. She asked Junior to keep the reef up, just change the design, all year long. And I said that's not a bad idea. You can decorate reefs, right? Look, Renee
thought
can
it
give you
was-
a hell of an inspiration every month. Every
Yeah.
Friday she could change the reef.
The owl is more important.
Absolutely.
sure.
I agree. I thought it was the coolest thing because who sees an owl on camera and then in person? And I mean,
Well, yeah,
I've
no,
never
and
seen an
the
owl.
shot was perfect because you could see the owl on the camera. Like he was blocking the camera, so she was like, "What is that?"
It looked like the back of a cat's head, like a cat. You know that cat, those cats that have those little tiny ears.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like when she
So
showed me
like
the picture on the
defense, yeah,
camera.
camouflaged.
I think owls are cool. I like them. Their heads can turn like all the way around and stuff.
Have you seen an owl walk? They walk. They have legs. It's the weirdest thing.
No.
Look at that up. It's
I see
hilarious.
pictures on the Facebook of an owl with their little children, and they kind of like put their wings
Owl
over
babies.
them as an umbrella so they don't get wet.
That's
Who?
my
Owls.
who.
Oh, I get it. Ha ha ha.
That was
Man,
good.
you're so funny.
Too funny. Too funny.
All
Did
right,
we miss
Renee.
something? Did we miss a topic we wanted to talk about?
No. I
No?
think. Well, we
Did-
have.
Was there
we
something?
could probably
we
talk
could
to
probably
Renee
keep talking
all
day
long.
She
yeah.
just keeps throwing things. Well, when I worked at the White House, all nonchalantly.
What was
Yeah,
the
that-
event at the White House that you did?
So back in 2016, this program ended, but before that, we had a reciprocal arrangement with AIFD and the White House. So whenever they had large state events, they would reach out to AIFD, and we would send a few designers to help produce that event. So in July of 2016, the Singapore State Dinner happened, and so I got to go down and volunteer to be part of that design team and make all the centerpieces and be part of the setup and all of that. It was pretty incredible.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joelle, you made it right on time, right for the end.
Joelle, welcome back. Mimi's been messing up your
Say
soundboard.
hi to Renee.
HOL.
Were you able to set up the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We running? We good?
We're running. We're good.
Awesome.
Are they putting up more panels?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
I came
I gotta
right
go.
on time.
Nice.
I got to go
Perfect.
back over there.
We'll go over there.
That's so cool. Panels are
It's got me
going up.
nervous.
New building,
All right.
Renee. Panels are going up.
Renee, you ready for the questions?
First time, long time. I'm ready.
She's
I've got
ready.
all the answers.
All right, let's do it. Okay, what, in your opinion, is the best sandwich?
Okay. My husband is a great cook. He does all the cooking. I do all the dishwashing, and he makes this sandwich out of chickpea flour with water. He mixes it together, and it turns into like an egg consistency, and he makes an egg sandwich out of that. It is my favorite thing. We have them every weekend.
Do you add
Best
pickles
egg-
to your egg sandwich?
No.
I
No,
do. I've been
that's a
doing
good
that
idea.
lately, and it's amazing.
Oh,
Ew.
God.
Oh no!
Ruined-
My
you
husband
ruined
said it
this.
was the best egg sandwich I've made ever. I just added some pickles to the crunch, and it's
Interesting.
nice. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try that this
Dill
weekend.
pickles.
That sounds
No.
good. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, what's your favorite flower?
Crispidia.
Oh, love that.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
the first time.
Natural yellow.
Natural yellow. I love it. It's
All right.
consistent. It's the same every time. It dries perfectly.
Paint
It's
it.
round
Oh,
and
she
happy.
had
And
reasons.
I just
There was
love
no messing with
Okay.
her answer. I love it.
I like it. Scariest animal?
So I couldn't pick one animal. I'm kind of afraid of anything under the sea. I know there's a lot of non-scary things under the sea, but there's a whole world under there that you can't see.
Yeah.
And that in itself is like, I don't like going on the water.
We've explored more of space than we have of the ocean, like deep water. So it's true.
See,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much we don't know, and that scares me.
Yeah.
That's where the drones are coming from. What's the most underrated flower?
Disc buds.
What's the most overrated?
This is going to be an unpopular answer, but I think peonies and dahlias together.
No, I think people agree with that. It's too delicate,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Too high price.
Especially the dahlias.
when-
Pain in the ass.
Hype.
When they're good, but they're good for such a fleeting amount of time.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
really
a
good.
consistent.
It's really the best locally. You know,
Yeah,
it's a
for
great locally grown product.
Yeah,
Especially where you are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly.
What is your go-to way to relax?
I like to sit and watch and binge shows with my dogs on my lap and next to my husband. And also in January, I do puzzles.
Ooh.
Just January?
Like the end of December, January. After that, like when I
She's too
start a
busy.
puzzle,
After that, she
it's
ain't
hard
got
for
no
me to-
time.
Jigsaw puzzles?
jigsaw puzzle. When I start a puzzle, it's hard for me to think about anything else. Like I want to finish it.
Mommy
So
too.
I can't tempt myself with them outside of January.
What?
We should have a
Do you have
puzzle
like
off.
that thing where you could roll them up until you can
No,
back to work
I
on it, or
have
you leave them out
one.
on the table until you get it done?
Yeah, I have a little table set up for
Yeah.
it. I have one of those mats, but like the pieces don't slide on it well enough.
Oh.
I'm very particular about my puzzle.
We should have a puzzle off.
Yeah, I agree.
Mommy too. It's just right with you.
I saw a video that there's people who will pick up their puzzle. They'll like, there's a way you can like slide it off the table and like pick it up and hold it in your hands and like it'll all stay together. I think that's how, like, if I was building puzzles, I'd have to end it each time like that, like to test it.
Oh,
To hold
I'm
it
not
up in
that
the air.
brave.
See, I love puzzles, but then I don't want to take them apart. And then I don't have
Well-
space to like glue them together and everything.
You
That's
could
my
frame
problem.
them.
I know, but I would just not be able to do that.
Yeah.
Mm,
You have to learn to let go sometimes,
I
Mimi.
know, that's my problem.
Okay,
There will
what,
always be another puzzle.
what would be your superpower?
You said this earlier, Mimi. I just want everybody to get along. I just want everybody to be nice to each other and friends. And it's okay to disagree, but I just want to make everybody
What's
get
your
along.
zodiac sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Oh my
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting
gosh.
serious
I
about
love
these
Geminis.
combos. I love
Yeah.
it.
Do you know Mean Girls?
Yes.
There's a scene in Mean Girls where like they're like talking on stage and like somebody, I just wish we were all friends and we go back in time and we could be friends. I gotta play that quote.
No, that's exactly what it is.
That's so funny. If you could pick a TV or movie person, character, actor to have lunch with, who would that be?
Leslie Nope.
Yes!
Who's that?
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
Parks
from
and
Parks and
Rec?
Recreation.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Renee, you're staying with me for Fresh Fest. We're too much in common.
I think Mimi just did the. Did we just become best friends?
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously.
She's the best. I love her so much.
Love it.
And I'm pretty sure I would like Amy Poehler too.
Yeah,
So
I bet. What kind of flowers do you want at your funeral?
anything yellow. That's my signature color. I just
Yellow,
love
I
it.
love yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What
I know
is-
there's a lot of yellow haters out there, but
No,
I love it.
We're here for it. What is
Okay.
your late night drunk food?
I don't get like too drunk, but after a little bit, I do like some pizza.
Oh yeah,
I do.
What
I'm
are
a
your
sucker for
toppings?
vegetarian stuff.
Yeah, but that's
another
Pineapples.
unpopular. I love pineapple pizza.
Oh, okay. No, I rescind my invitation. We're not eating pineapple.
Okay, hold on. Pineapple on pizza is absolutely delectable.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
I
Fern.
would
Thank
love
you.
a slice
No.
of pizza.
Yeah, but that's what you choose, though. Like you would go and pick that specifically.
I would absolutely go and pick a Hawaiian pizza. Yeah, absolutely, not a problem.
Yeah, but mine has no bacon or ham on it or
Yes, I
anything.
know.
Just
Of
pineapple.
course.
I saw this guy on the TikTok making a big ziti
The
pizza.
TikTok.
Are you sad they're getting rid of your?
They're not.
TikTok?
They're not. They're not taking.
I'm
it.
not sad about it, no. But
That's your. That's like I know you like to scroll.
I
the-
gave
the
up on
deep dive.
TikTok.
I don't
stay away
always,
from it.
but
No?
when I do, I'll do it for like a half hour straight.
I've been sending you Instagram ones.
For
I've
me,
been
it's
sending
like
you Instagram
at
ones.
least 45 minutes. I can't do it. I,
I have to go through the
It's addicting.
Facebook and the Instagram
The-
first.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I still have time after that, then I'll look at
No, so we know
the
the
TikTok.
TikTok ones are when you really have time.
Yeah.
So you won't have any more time.
He's
for
deep
the-
in. He's deep in.
He's okay with it being gone because he's not going to have any time
That's
anymore.
right. It's gonna
I
have
have
so much more free
I have a
time.
question.
Yeah.
What is one piece of advice that you give your students that you feel like you always give your students?
Well, it's more related to our program, I would think, because when they finish our program, they have 120 hours of classroom experience, at least, some of them more. And that sounds like a lot, but 3 weeks of work of a 40-hour work week. You got to get in a shop. You got to like experience floral life. Like even people that are starting in their, their home studios or whatever, I still recommend like getting in like the hustle and bustle of retail just to see what that's like. And I mean, when I started in retail, like all the things I learned about customer service from Chris Drummond and design from everyone else that I worked with, it made me who I am. And if I wouldn't have had all the like in the trenches training, things would be so different. I just think it's
That's a great piece
You
of
have to do it.
advice.
Yeah.
So Renee, maybe someone wants to reach out to you. Maybe someone wants to learn a little more about you. Maybe they want some help on education. Maybe they're thinking of making a leap, or maybe they want to attend one of your classes. How can they get in contact with you?
Well, I'm on, the socials and or email. It's my name, Renee Tucci @gmail.com. Love to hear from anybody.
Love it. Could you suggest a future guest for us to have on the podcast?
Oh my gosh, there's so many good people. But I've actually always been curious about, the living legend that is Hitomi Gilliam. I'm sure you all know Hitomi. A few years ago, her son Colin started working with her, and they have this incredible production thing going with all of the classes she does virtually. And I would just love to hear the backstory of them becoming work partners and how it, her career brought her to that point. And I don't know. She's the best.
No, that's awesome. That's a great suggestion. Thank you. That was a good one.
That one's a
She
hard.
was
It's a good one, but
prepared.
it's a hard one for me to get. So I'm gonna need some.
Nah.
I'm gonna need some Renee Tucci arms here.
I got you, Minnie.
Okay,
I got
good.
you.
No one says no to Renee.
No.
Do you have a nickname, Renee?
My family calls me Nene.
Nene, like that.
That's funny.
Nene and Mimi,
So hold
take
on.
the world.
So hold on.
Too.
Hold on. Time out. Yes.
I knew it.
So for
Oh,
forever,
I was hoping you didn't say
forever,
that.
Joelle was Nene.
Yeah.
It was Nene. It wasn't Joelle. It was Nene.
Wow.
Like,
That's
that's
like-
what his family called
No,
him.
that's
That
like
was
the
his
term of
nickname.
endearing because it's like the baby, like the
Yeah,
boy,
he
the
was,
baby boy.
He
Nene.
was the baby of the family, so it was Nene.
It still is.
Yeah.
His contact with me is still in the name.
Mike's contact.
Yeah,
That would
saw
be
it
funny
once.
if your picture is you as a baby.
Like I call him Nene sometimes, and I'm like, damn it, he's at work. Stop doing that.
I know him since he's a little.
So from Mimi, Ryan, Joelle, Mike, myself, our awesome guest Renee, thank you guys for listening. This has been an amazing episode of Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to give you the good, the amazing, and the best, and maybe every now and then a little bit of bad, but really the amazing. And I didn't ask you any bad, but it's okay. I still love you. Have a great day, guys. Thank you for listening.